Well, everyone, welcome to our second episode. Today, we're sharing a very important skill which is going to help you along the path towards finding your property in the Baja Sur, aka Baja California South, and that is using the MLS search on your free account at reloadedbaja.com. Now, over the many years in helping folks realize their dream of owning in Mexico, one of the most recurring questions asked is, will I find a property I love within my budget? So to help teach this important skill, we're going to go step by step, searching for properties in $100,000 increments until we reach $1 million. Then we'll finish this 12-part series with two final episodes of searches, one for under 1.5 million and another under $2 million. During this series, we'll be touching on different areas, towns in Baja Sur, from La Paz to Los Cabos, the Pacific side to the Sea of Cortez, and the original capital of all the Californias, Loreto. So make sure you have your cup of coffee and let's get started. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, this is our second episode in the series. So if you didn't see the first one, make sure to look for that in our YouTube channel. And let me get started by sharing my screen with you. So obviously, the first thing you want to do is get to reloadedbaja.com. That is our website right here. If you already have an account and it asks you to log in, which it shouldn't once you've logged in once on your device, laptop or phone, you should be good to go. All you need to do, however, is use your email address. If you're not already with an account on our website, please share with us your name, your email address, and your phone number. We will only use that to communicate directly with you. That's it. We do not use that for any other purpose, and it's not shared or sold to anybody else. Please have the confidence to create an account with us here. Go to MLS search and go to property search. You'll notice that there are other areas already curated for you, but for this series, we're using the general property search, okay, which basically allows us to choose to go where we want to go, how we want to go there, right? Now, as we go through this series, I will be repeating this initial stage of the video. So if you want to skip ahead to once we're ready, once we've moved on, we'll be putting that as a little item on the video, so you can just go ahead and go straight to that part. But this is where you ultimately control all of your criteria, right? Now we're using Baja California Sur, which is perfect. That's the entire state. And as you can see here by the map, we're covering an area all the way from Loreto, which is the original capital of all the Californias, down to Los Cabos, which is Cabo San Lucas, San Jose del Cabo, and from the Pacific side, if you've ever heard of Todos Santos, Cerritos, you got that going on over to the Sea of Cortez. Okay. I was thinking about this surf spot that I'll remember what it is in a moment, and I'll tell you what it is. In the future, if you do want to be a little more specific and focus on an area, you can do that. For today, we're going to be focusing on $100,000 to $200,000. Now, because we've already looked at $100,000 or less, we're going to put 101,000 so that we don't repeat any properties that are right at $100,000. And we're going to go up to 200,000. Okay. Now, we're going to put this at any bedrooms, any bathrooms. Make sure that we have houses and condos only. And sometimes these might reset a little bit as we go through this. And here under more, again, I've mentioned this in the first video. It's important to mention it again. I recommend being as broad as possible under the more section here. If you are very detailed oriented with this, unfortunately, not all the listings have that much detail, and you might skip out on some properties that could be of high interest to you by being very specific under this section right here. The only one that I do recommend that you utilize is the view description. Ocean front can be very, very helpful. I know you don't plan on coming all this way to not go all the way and have a nice view, right? So please keep that in mind. be as wide open as possible. As you can see from the majority of the series, I'm really not going to touch this unless we get a lot, and I mean like a lot of results. So here under property type, we have house and condo. You can look for other types of properties, but for this series, we're looking at houses and condos exclusively. And this, as you can see, that kind of got changed again. So here we go. We have it, 163 results. Now that's quite a bit. When I set up a customized search for you after we've had a chance to meet via a brief Zoom, which is how I like to start my relationship with you, is meeting virtually in person via a brief Zoom. I would like to have you receive no more than about 45 odd listings, no more than that. I think that's a good number for you to receive. And as you can see right here, as we look through these, 163 results is quite a bit. You can sort from high to low, but I think what's best here is for us to look at 150 as our max. Let's see where that takes us and what that does for us. Okay, so look at that. So from $101 to 150,000, there's that number that I like to keep it at 40 results. Now this also tells us that there's 120 between the 150 and $200,000 price point. That's quite a bit. I got to share with you that just a few months ago, there were not that many listings under $200,000 at all. As a matter of fact, on our last video, you might have discovered along with me that there's only 5 properties right now available, okay, under 100,000, and there's only 40 between $100,001 and 150. All right, so that's basically it. 45 total listings under $150,000 as we keep a running tab here as we go along. Now, as we scroll through these briefly, I mean, this is Cabo San Lucas, San Jose, Cabo San Lucas, and some in La Paz is what we're looking at right here. Let's see if we find any outside of those areas. La Paz. This is San Jose, Cabo, East Cape, okay. Cabo San Lucas, San Jose. Now the East Cape, just so you guys can see here on the map, is usually considered this area over here, which is south of La Paz, considerably from like Los Barriles down to San Jose del Cabo. That is considered the East Cape. La Ventana El Sargento, which is located right about here, is still under the La Paz category. For some reason, it doesn't really have its own yet. Loreto, look at that. We found one in Loreto, so I'm going to pop that one up because we haven't talked about Loreto yet. Cabo San Lucas. Oh, here's another one in Loreto. I'm interested in seeing a couple of those. And that's it. So we only got one page of results. We got almost everything is in Cabo, La Paz, San Jose. I think there was one in the East Cape that we saw, right? So let me see. If I see anything that really kind of catches my eye, I'll pull that one up for you guys as well within the La Paz, because we covered almost a lot of La Paz on our first video. And we also covered one in San Jose. We didn't really cover anything in San Lucas whatsoever. And there was a nice little, what I think it's pretty cool, a lot. It has a small house on it, but right in the Miraflores area, which is in between San Jose del Cabo and the La Ribera, Los Barriles area, for those that like rural living. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to talk about this one because it's fractional ownership. I think that's a good one to talk about here on Cabo San Lucas, and it will give you guys maybe a possibility you weren't considering before. Fractional ownership. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Boulevard Lázaro Cárdenas. Oh, okay, this is a decent one for investment. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, obviously, I can't go over all 40 of these in this one video. If you do have any questions or anything that you'd like to for me to look into specifically and cover in a future video, put your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Okay, you'd be helping me out a lot by doing that. All right, so let's continue down here. Where was that one that I missed in the East Cape? I want to check that one out for you guys. Paula, there's where it's coming up. Sure, it's coming up. Let's see here. This is a good one as well. And I missed it, so I got to go back. I got to look for it. Where is it? Where is it? East Cape, East Cape. Here it is. It's the only one that says East Cape. All right, so let's go over these. We're going to actually go over 6 on this video. So let's take a look at these real quick. All right, and we'll start with the East Cape one because I'm really curious about this one. So again, we're going to hit the little map button here and we're going to go with hybrid. This is a great way to look at, what the surrounding area actually looks like. Okay, Santiago. Okay, Santiago is a really interesting place. Again, very close to Miraflores. The last property one of the properties that we saw last time, as I was expressing to you guys, is right here in Miraflores, okay, which is directly in between San Jose del Cabo, the La Ribera area, which is right here where my cursor is at, and the Los Barriles area right here. As I zoom in a little bit, it should pop up. There is Los Barriles, and I zoom in a little bit more. Here's La Ribera. And this is where one of the new Four Seasons is located in an area called Costa Palmas. Right here it says Four Seasons Resort, Los Cabos at Costa Palmas. Very high end. You can purchase some real estate here as well. They have an amazing marina that'll remind you, like you can put your own yacht right in front of your home right here. It's pretty cool. We'll talk about those later on. And you're not too far from the famous Cabo Pulmo Natural Reserve, where you can do some amazing snorkeling and diving right here. Remember, Jacques Cousteau called the Sea of Cortez the world's largest living aquarium with the most diverse sea life than any other sea on the planet. It's an amazing place. You got to check it out. I believe it could be the only living reef on the west coast of the Americas. I might be wrong. I don't know. You guys can fact check me on that one. Put those down in the comments below. But again, let's go back to this property. It is in between Los Barriles, La Ribera, easy access to beautiful beaches, great fishing off of these little places right here, really great fishing. And again, Cabo Pulmo, great for snorkeling, great for diving. Santiago Miraflores area, this side of this mountain range gets a lot of water. And the Santiago area right here has this lagoon, which is what you see right here, this dark spot. It's quite amazing. And the whole town, it has one street that just goes all the way around this lagoon right here. It's pretty crazy. It's really interesting. And there's some waterfalls and stuff up a little higher up as you go down this road, and you can enjoy some great little waterfalls and swimming holes. It's really nice. And what can I tell you? Part of its appeal is the location, because just south of it is San Jose del Cabo, where the international airport is located. So if you want to have more of a rural experience, kind of like that property we looked at in our first video, this could be right for you. You definitely are living in a place where lots of fresh food, very close to these beaches. Let's take a look at this. I'm curious about the size of the lot. Exterior features, lot size. So this is interesting. In acres, this is 0.387 acres. Okay, that's actually a really nice size lot, and that's really what you're kind of getting here more than anything else. Remember that 1 acre is 4,000 square meters. Everything's measured in meters here, and 4,000 square meters, this is 1,548 square meters lot size. That is a nice size lot. You really can build whatever you like on this property. Maybe even grow your own food, your own vegetables, have some chickens. Again, if you want to have that rural experience, I would encourage you not to look at this so much as for the construction itself, but for its location and what you could have. I mean, looks like a more of a modern construction right across the street from what we could see right here in this image. Let's take a look at these pictures. So you can see this is a very old construction, very traditional for what that area would usually have with the traditional families in that area. Obviously, you would be purchasing this for its location in comparison and the ruralness and the size of the lot. That's really what you're acquiring with this property. In the future, this could become more of a touristy area. There are some hot springs in the surrounding areas as well. And like I mentioned, great for hiking. There are some waterfalls. Again, it's a beautiful, beautiful country where this is located. So kind of like in our first video where we saw something for under $100,000, you're buying the land primarily here, and you can make something of a country. That's the word I was looking for in our first video, of a country house, that's pretty cool. So let's go on to the next one. All right. Okay, so this is in Cabo San Lucas. Now, Cabo San Lucas, very much the gateway to this entire destination. Most folks who discover areas like Miraflores that we just talked about, or the East Cape, Cabo Pulmo, La Ribera, Los Barriles, is because they first came to the destination because they wanted to check out Cabo San Lucas. Now, let's take a look at this map real quick. And this location here, this is in a community called Mañana. Okay, and this is a condo complex, which if you can see my map here, this is located, Costco's right here. I'll pull out a little more. And over here is Walmart. Okay, so Walmart, Costco, the beach. Okay, and if you want to see how far you are from the main beach, from this little dot right here to here, this is where the general parking area is for the main beach. And just a little further is the marina. So you're in a really great location. You're just about 10 minutes away from downtown Cabo San Lucas. Easy shopping and great restaurants actually on this hillside. You really don't have to go down to downtown unless you really want to. There's a farm-to-table restaurant right here where my cursor is located, right here. Okay, this is called El Huerto. So you got farm-to-table restaurant right here. You got Walmart, more restaurants right here as well. You got Costco. There's a new 24-hour supermarket right here. And actually, right here, there's Cabo Grill. There's a new plaza right here that's being built. And there's an existing plaza with some really good fine dining. Latitude 22, the Roadhouse. This is a very well self-contained hillside at this point with many restaurants that you can enjoy. So let's take a look at this little community that's located right almost at the base of the El Tizol hillside. And this particular section that we're looking at on the map was one of the very first areas developed on this hillside. Let's take a look at these. By the way, this pool is heated. This is a heated pool, very good, great convenience during the winter months. For those of us that have lived here now for some time, I've personally been here for over 20 years, you do get acclimated and it does feel cold during the winter months. So having a heated pool is nice. What can I tell you? There's only 2 stories of these condos, as you can see here, ground floor and second floor. The grounds are really well taken care of, and you can see Land's End from here. This looks like, this is like a little bar off of the balcony. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, as you can tell from this. 558 square feet, $150,000. That's your kitchen. They've done some little upgrading on the kitchen here. If you don't like the stucco walls, this is easily fixable with some plaster finishing, and you can make them nice and smooth. It does have slightly the original, it looks like tiles right there. Some people might feel it's outdated with the stucco walls and floors, but there's other folks that really like this feel, because it reminds them of Mexico. It reminds them of what it can be. So, different strokes, different folks. And as you can see right here, you got this nice little balcony where you can have lunch and enjoy the view. Here's a great drone shot. This is the community itself, okay? And it is an up and coming. As you can see, there's new construction around here. and some more construction that's going to be going on here. And yes, now this is a fairly steep slope. You can't tell from this picture, but it's very possible that these views could be affected by something that's here. However, it's possible they may not be. I mean, it's a bit of a gamble. So if you're looking at a condo like this one, I would encourage you to really consider it for its location, not so much its view. Okay, you're buying location, location, location. That's what I would tell you as my client. Enjoy the view while you got it. It's not included in the price. You're really getting it based on location. And for now, that is the view right from when you're sitting at this little bar off of your balcony. So not too shabby. Okay, pretty nice. All right, so that's one right there in Cabo San Lucas. Let's go on to the next one. Now, this next one is located right on the main boulevard as you enter Cabo San Lucas, passing Walmart. Okay, so we've already looked at Walmart in some of our other images. As you can see, there's a hospital right here. By the way, there is plenty of medical services here in in Cabo San Lucas. You don't have to worry about that. The quality is amazing, and some of them will work with your insurance from the US, including Medicare and whatnot. So it's something to look into. Don't be afraid. And again, this is right as you come off the hill. Here's Costco, here's Walmart. Right as you pass this stoplight, which you could either go down right to the beach and go to that general parking area, or go down a little further into the marina. Okay, this is a great location and a great investment if you're looking for vacation rentals. This will rent 100%. Now, this is located right here. Okay, right past this intersection. You could be in this little section right here, and again, people will walk from here, just go right down this street and make it right to the beach. Okay, amazing. Tabasco's Beach is a great little restaurant to hang out at. They got great pizza, good strong drinks. Over here you have Cascadas Bar and Grill, which is part of the Cascadas de Baja Resort. Those are all accessible by the public. Really great food. And as far as this resort right here, this condo right here, you do have a lot more amenities as far as restaurants and bars. Just immediately coming out and you go to your right, there's restaurants and bars right here already. So you can enjoy all of that. I mean, the fun starts basically right at the street. Let's take a look at the condo. Now, this is an older construction. This has been around for quite some time. Ever since I got here, they were already in existence well over 20 years ago. So you're not going to be looking at new construction, but you do know it's tested, tried and true, tested. It's been through every hurricane, every storm I can think of. It's very strong. This was way back when concrete and rebar was a lot less expensive than compared to what it is today. So you've got really good bones. Great for remodeling if you wanted to. I have seen these remodeled 100%. They look really nice. This still looks like it was in its original condition from way back in the day, so they've taken really good care of it. Again, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, $125,000. And for its location, you're not going to be having a view, kind of like the first one that we looked at. Enjoy the view while you got it on that one. This one definitely has no view, but it is all about location. You know, can you rent this out and get $1,250, $1,300 a month for this? I think on a vacation rental, I think you can. I really think you can. You know, if you do good marketing and you get about maybe, let's say 15 nights out of the month on this, $1,250 over 15 nights. You're looking at a nightly rental rate of $83 a night. You know, I believe that for something like this, if you fix it up right, and you put in, you can sleep 4 people here for $83 a night, with a kitchen, walking distance to the beach. You know, you could do that. If you can rent it out for a little bit more, you can bring down the price and still hit that magical 1% per month gross. I think it's doable, 100%. You just need to get with the right management company to help you do it. So yeah, this is a great investment. And that's also true for the other one that we saw. I mean, that one was for 150,000. This is for 125. So yeah, for sure. The other one's got that nice pool, quiet area, maybe not walking distance, but definitely Uber. Uber is a great thing to talk about. Uber is easily usable down here, guys. Don't be shy. Super, super easy to use. Can get you to and fro everywhere you want to go. Super good. So yeah, don't be afraid to use it. All right. This is a unique thing. Fractional ownership. You know, a lot of people hear the word timeshare and they really want to run. I personally like the concept of timeshare. I will agree with all of you. I hate going to those timeshare presentations. I think it's a top-down thing. You know, if those management had a different attitude about the people that walk through their doors, they wouldn't treat them the way they treat them. Because overall, the concept of timeshare is a good one. We're already traveling. We're already spending hundreds of dollars on hotels. Why not get an extra level of service? I mean, if it costs the same, wouldn't you want to get more service than not? That's basically the way I look at timeshare. Again, I just don't like going to those presentations. I think it's a horrible thing. This is fractional ownership, and it is the truest essence of timeshare. This is how timeshare originally started. It's real estate deeded, entitled to you, and you share it with maybe 4 to 6 other families, where you get to enjoy 4 to 6 weeks of ownership per year on a rotating calendar, where you could trade weeks with each other if you wanted to come at different times of the year, rent them out, and enjoy. This is an oceanfront development. Okay, I'm going to show you the map in a moment, but I want to show you these pictures first. This is Via La Estancia on the main beach, immediately adjacent to that general parking lot that I showed you guys earlier. And this is a 2-bedroom, 3-bath condo, 2,200, almost 2,300 square feet for $125,000. Okay, and these gorgeous views. There's restaurants inside. You have pools as well, a gymnasium. Your HOA fees, if I'm not mistaken, include your electricity, include your water, include your internet, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that if that's changed. Okay. And you're in between 2 hotels. This was built by the Via Group, and you're immediately next door to their Via del Arco and their Via del Palmar hotels, which you also have access to, and go to their restaurants and use their amenities if you wanted to. Really, really sexy. So again, for $125,000, just under, you can enjoy having this oceanfront living. These condos normally sell for about $700,000 to well over $1 million, depending on their location and their size. This is a 2-bedroom inside of this development. Okay, oceanfront. Let's go to the map real quick, and I'll show you its location. Let's go to hybrid. You could already tell that this is. So again, this is the Rio and their group of resorts: the Rio Palace, the Rio Santa Fe, the Rio Baja California. This is the 3 different developments done by the Via Group. Okay, and in between, right in the middle, this is Via La Estancia. Over here is their Via del Palmar. This is their Via del Arco. These are hotels. Yes, they do sell timeshare under a right-to-use leasehold agreement. This, however, over here is actual deeded, entitled, fractional ownership. Okay, and again, on the main beach. Okay, not too far from the marina. And people will walk into town from here. As you can see, it's an easy walk. Boom, you're there. Easy peasy. Let's take a look at some of these details. I want to see, this is 6 weeks. So it's an 8th share, 6 weeks at Via La Estancia. 5-star amenities. What can I tell you? 9 restaurants, gym, spa, over 480 square feet of outdoor terrace. So that's pretty cool. What can I tell you? Let me know if you are up for or interested in knowing more about fractional ownership. This is just one example. The Alberge Resorts has some here. If you're into golf in San Jose, there's also a fractional ownership. When Living offers fractional ownership. as well. And now Oceana, which is up on the hillside we were looking at a moment ago, the Altazal hillside, Oceana also offers fractional ownership, a wellness style living experience. So let me know if you want to know more about fractional ownership, and we'll get with you on that. Okay. Again, your comments, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we can do that. On this one, this is 109, just under $110,000 here. Where is this one located? Oh, Loreto. Okay, so these last two are in Loreto. And let's just go to the maps for this one. I'd like to remind you where Loreto is located. So La Paz is the capital of the state of Baja California Sur, and it is about an hour and a half to 2 hours north of Cabo San Lucas. As you can see, Cabo's right down here, okay, and La Paz. It's a straight drive along Highway 19 as it touches and connects with Highway 1, and you're in La Paz. So let's just say that's a 2-hour drive. From there, if you drive another 4 hours along Highway 1, you'll end up in Loreto. Now, Loreto is known for this, again, a national park, water park. I call it a water park because it's all in the Sea of Cortez. There's 5 major islands that make up the islands of Loreto, but with a whole bunch of tinier little islands all over the place. One of the features is Coronado Island, with some beautiful, beautiful beaches that you can go and enjoy, take the day and hang out right here at this island. It's just gorgeous. You can maybe see that by my photograph here on the map. And Loreto is right here. It does have an international airport. It historically was designed to be one of the first tourist destinations on Baja California South by the National Tourist Fund of Mexico. However, the south of Los Cabos area is really where it took off the most. So this is now getting a resurgence, if you would. The Loreto area and the Nopolo area, this is what was originally designed by the National Tourist Fund to be its tourist area with hotels and whatnot. That's why it has a golf course. This is all the main area of Loreto right here. And a little farther south, we talked about the Villa Group. They have what's called Villa del Palmar at the islands of Loreto in what they call Danzante Bay right here. This is a TPC golf course located here in this area. Mind you, there are, I believe, only 4 to 5 TPC golf courses outside of the United States. One of them is in Asia. I believe another one's in the Caribbean. And 2 are here one in Mexico and one in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken. So this is an amazing destination. I lived here for almost a year, and I got to tell you, there's moments that I felt like, is this Hawaii? Because it has these really high mountains over here, and during certain times of the year, as the weather, the clouds would kind of come off the mountains and down over here into the coastline area, which is amazing. The fishing is amazing. The wildlife here is amazing. Cimarron sheep. If you're into hunting, you can do that sort of stuff. It's not cheap, but it's quite amazing. So this is the Loreto area, and Puerto Escondido is also a great place that's up and coming with more development going on right here as well. So lots to choose from. A very interesting, very rural feel. You're still going to feel kind of like small, very, very, very small. So it's got an interesting feel to it. Let's take a look at this for under $110,000. Let's look at where it's located specifically. Oh, okay. Estadio de Béisbol. All right. I think I'm very familiar with this. Okay, perfect. So here's the international airport. This is the Big Arroyo, which is pretty much always dry unless it really rains a lot. Here's the baseball stadium. Okay, I think I'm familiar, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the Hotel Santa Fe. All right, yeah, I've stayed there before. This is owned by the Villa Group. Here's the basic, there's a little skate park right here. There's a great little athletic park right here for you to jog around, the baseball stadium. And this is located right over here, okay, in these little condos. There's a lot of development yet to be had in the Loreto area. As you can see, there's lots of these little blocks that are not developed yet, but they've already been planned out. As I mentioned, this destination was meant to be more of a tourist destination by the National Tourist Fund. So there was a lot of planning involved when that was made. They got lots of things, baseball parks right here. This is a football pitch, a pool area as well, tennis courts. That's pretty nice. So let's take a look at the condo here. Can it be used for Airbnb? I would say yes, 100%. Walking distance to restaurants. Uber is also very usable here. Let's take a look at this. A little bigger. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Again, 1%. We're looking at $1,000 approximately. Can you rent it out for $1,000 a month on Airbnb? You know, it doesn't have to be rented out every single night. 10 nights at $100 would just about make that. So if you rent it out for 15 nights, rent it out for maybe 20 nights, you could drop the price and make your magical gross 1% per month. This could also potentially work for monthly rentals, fishermen who want to come down here and fish in the area could also work out. Seasonal rentals as well, or could be your starter. You know, moving to the area could be a good place. Nice investment. Yeah, not too shabby. Pretty nice. All right, let's move on to the next one here in Loreto. You're looking at $115,000. Looks like it's the same. Looks like it's the same place. Yep, exact same place right here. Yep. Let's take a look at these pictures. Also 1 bedroom. So more than likely the difference here, and it looks like they're all finished the same, could be the location within this little condo complex. It's got I wouldn't know, we could call it a pool, a dipping pool. I don't know, it's subjective. What's your opinion? It's kind of small. Probably not going to be swimming in it, but you'll definitely be cooling off in it. Loreto can be hot. I will say that much. All right. And it comes as you see it. That's pretty cool. Let's go back and see some of these details, what it says. Experience comfort and convenience in this brand new 1 bedroom condo, upper level. The other one might have been maybe a lower level. Perfectly designed for singles or couples. This residence offers an open layout with modern, fully equipped kitchen, air conditioning, and private parking. Says central location. Yeah, I agree. It is close to everything. Move-in ready. Move-in ready. One of Mexico's most charming. So yeah, move-in ready for under $115,000, ready to rock and roll, and it's all fairly new construction. Yeah, what can I tell you? What's not to like about it? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this second episode. Let me stop sharing here for a second. On this second episode, my name is Sid Chacon. I am your real estate Sherpa in Baja Sur. Please count on me for anything you feel I can help with at any time. If you text me, I'll usually respond within 24 hours or less. If you email me, it'll take me about 24 hours to respond. Texting, I can be a lot faster actually than just 24 hours. But please let me know if you have any questions, concerns, write them down, put everything in the comments, like, share, subscribe. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And look for our next episode where we're going on 150 to 200,000. So we might actually have to do a 13 episode series here because that was a lot to look at between the 100 to 200,000. So let's do another one, a 150 to 200, and see what we find. All right, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you soon.